Adam lived about BC 4000 according to genealogies recorded in the Bible. If Adam was the first person on earth, the Bible is then in complete contradiction to science, which has conclusive evidence that there was human activity on earth long before that time. Most biblical issues cannot be measured and tested, but this one is different. Here the Bible comes up against hard facts. To say that there were no people on earth before Adam, approximately BC 4000, is an indefensible position in light of modern knowledge, and most people think it is ignorance or mindless religious indoctrination to hear Christians say it. The present situation is similar to times past when Christians quoted Bible verses to prove that the earth is flat, for corners of the earth and ends of the earth, Job 37 verse 3 and other verses, and that the earth is setting on foundations. He set the earth on its foundations, it can never be moved, Psalm 104 verse 5 and other verses. This study shows that the Bible does not preclude the possibility or even the probability that there were people before Adam. Adam was the first sinner but not necessarily the first person. Most people have been taught that Adam and Eve were the first humans on earth and created in the Garden of Eden, though few have ever seriously studied the account of God's creation and the account of Adam and Eve directly from the Bible themselves. Most people just assume from tradition that it is a single continuous story, never realizing that it's probably two stories. Creation, Genesis 1 verse 1 through 2:3, and Eden, Genesis 2 verse 8 through 3:24, with a summary transition statement, Genesis 2 verses 4 to 7, and a very long period of time in between. Romans 5 verse 13, anyone's account before Adam. To be sure, sin was in the world before the law was given, but sin is not charged against anyone's account where there is no law. Romans 5:13. Here we first need to ask, what law? The law given to Adam, don't eat forbidden fruit, or the law given to Moses, 10 Commandments? It obviously means the law given to Adam because sin was charged against Adam before the 10 Commandments were given. This verse says that there was sin, people doing bad things, in the world even before the law was given to Adam. But since there was no divine law for them, nothing was charged to anyone's account. This strongly implies that there were people before Adam. But Adam was the first person to receive law from God and was the first sinner. Populations. Population experts estimate that the world's population in 4000 BC was about 7 million, as shown in this composite chart compiled from many sources. Fossils. Archaeologists have unearthed thousands of fossils that look similar to modern humans, most called hominids, some dating back several millions of years ago. For perspective, dinosaurs vanished from the earth about 63 million years ago. All human remains dated to the Holocene period, approximately BC 10,000 to present, are classified by scientists as Homo sapiens, modern humans. The fossil evidence keeps growing and scientific testing methods keep improving, and now there is overwhelming evidence that humans existed on Earth long before Adam. Migrations and DNA. By the time Jesus was born, sometime between BC 6 and BC 4, every major part of every continent on Earth was populated, with the population totaling about 250 million people. If Adam were the first human, that means that all the original worldwide human migrations would have had to occur within a span of fewer than 4,000 years. Starting from nothing, no history or knowledge of the world, no tools or skills, brutally hard conditions. Scientists once had to reconstruct humanity's distant past only from ancient settlements, bones, and artifacts. But now DNA and RNA are powerful new ways to read genetic code of our early ancestors. The DNA of thousands of skeletons of people who lived 6,000 to 12,000 years ago has been sequenced and analyzed by computer to show migration patterns and times, showing beyond doubt that humans moved throughout the earth prior to BC 4000, before Adam. There are now many scientific methods for testing age. Confidence is gained when different methods, chemical, radiological, stratigraphical, dendrochronological, DNA, etc., all converge in the same age range. Human fossils, Homo sapiens, have been found which date to thousands of years before Adam. The DNA of hundreds of ancient human skeletons have been sequenced and analyzed, and migration patterns plotted to show beyond doubt that people were traversing the earth prior to 4000 BC, before Adam. Do dinosaurs predate Adam and Eve? Many people believe we can't reconcile dinosaurs and the Bible, but they are wrong. This belief is based on the supposition that the Bible teaches in Genesis chapter 1 that the earth and the human race was created by God some 6,000 years old, and therefore the dinosaurs, a part of creation, lived with Adam and Eve and their children. The belief that the earth is some 6,000 years old is called the young earth theory. Yet we may be surprised to learn that several centuries ago scientists did believe in dinosaurs, an ancient earth, and in creation week. In fact, many of the first geologists who established the basic geologic column were believers in both the Bible and an ancient earth. Before space, matter, and energy were created, there existed the Word, who would later become Jesus Christ. See John 1 verse 14, and God, who later would be identified as God the Father. Next in the Reese chronological Bible comes a scripture that speaks of God existing before the creation of the earth. Psalm 90 verse 2, before the mountains were brought forth, or ever you had formed the earth and the world, even from everlasting to everlasting, you are God. Then comes the traditional first scripture of Genesis 1 verse 1, in the beginning God created the heavens and the earth. This marks the creation of the universe as we know it, including the galaxies, stars, and planets. But the most fascinating part of this Bible is what follows, not Genesis 1 verse 2, but Isaiah 14 verses 12 to 17, where Lucifer's fall from heaven is recorded. Next comes the parallel account of Lucifer's fall in Ezekiel 28 verses 13 to 18. Devastation and renewal. Only then comes Genesis 1 verse 2, the earth was without form and void, and darkness was on the face of the deep. And the Spirit of God was hovering over the face of the waters, emphasis added. In the New International Version, NIV, of the Bible, a footnote to the word "was" in this verse says, or possibly became. Something happened to cause the earth to become, as the Hebrew denotes, chaotic and in confusion. Since God is not the author of confusion or chaos, Isaiah 45 verse 18, 1 Corinthians 14 verse 33, it makes sense that the earth became that way due to Lucifer's rebellion and subsequent expulsion to the earth. As Jesus Christ remarked, I saw Satan fall like lightning from heaven, Luke 10 verse 18. Other scriptures reveal it was not only Satan, but also the fallen angels that were cast down with him. We read in 2 Peter 2 verse 4, "For if God did not spare the angels who sinned, but cast them down to hell," from the Greek Tartarou, a place of confinement, and in this case, the earth, and delivered them into chains of darkness, to be reserved for judgment. Revelation 12 verses 3 to 4 describes the dragon, Satan, verse 9, as having drawn a third of the stars of heaven to be cast down to the earth, these stars being symbolic of angels. Compare 1:20. What we don't know is how long it took Lucifer to rebel, and how long this was before the six-day renewal of the earth, culminating in the creation of Adam and Eve, as described in Genesis 1. Geologists agree that something dramatic occurred between the age of reptiles and the age of mammals. From the biblical account, we can conclude that Satan's rebellion caused great destruction on the earth, bringing an end to the age of the dinosaurs. This is the only explanation we know of that accepts the literal 24-hour days of the creation, or to us, recreation, week, and, at the same time, makes room for an indefinite period before the creation of mankind that could include the dinosaurs and previous eras. Students of the Bible need to know that when the biblical facts and understanding are applied, the age of the earth and the dinosaurs can be reconciled. Thank you for watching the video. Like, share and comment for more videos updating and revealing the prophecies of Bible, and subscribe to encourage us to strengthen the people by the Spirit of truth. God bless you.